What is this? Hierarchy node variables. You understand about hierarchy? Hierarchy is what? Just selecting which hierarchy you want. Now when I say hierarchy node variable, I would like to provide dynamic restriction of a particular node within that hierarchy. Do you know what is a node? Hierarchically, each value is one node. India is one node, Asia Pacific, America. You want to restrict the data at particular node of a hierarchy. For us, displaying this hierarchy is fixed. Now within the hierarchy, which node you want to show depends on dynamic restriction of hierarchy node variable. Now look at this. How do I do this? Now for geography key, I have fixed this hierarchy. This hierarchy has got India, Asia Pacific, Europe, China. Now if I go to my restriction on this geography key, I'm not going with variables yet, normal restrictions. I have fixed the hierarchy, right? Now I would like to do restriction. Now I get to see the tree-like structure, drop down. If I say Asia Pacific, now what will happen? If I restrict with Asia Pacific node, what will happen? Like this, once you specify hierarchy, I can do restriction with node level, A node level, all of it. So what happens now? So whenever it is fixed restriction, so whenever I run, it will always showing only for what? Asia. Or Indian node restrict jayicha. I want my user to see only Indian node. Then right click on this, restrict. Or Indian node bedta. Atla. So when you have the hierarchy enabled for a characteristic, we can do restriction at what node level you want. India. So you understood about hierarchy node restriction. Now this hierarchy node restriction I would like to make it dynamic by using what? I don't want to fix it to node every time like India or Asia Pacific or something. Depending on the user, it has to change. So I would like to do hierarchy node level restriction dynamic. Then we go with what? Hierarchy node variable. So when you want to do a restriction on the report based on a certain hierarchy nodes, then you go with what? Dynamic, then you go with hierarchy node variable. And this comes with user entry, authorizations, customer exit, SA. No replacement path, but authorization is still there. Now generally it is user entry with and what? We generally use it with authorization and user entry majorly. Then customer exit with ABAP code, then we'll see all the combination. Now user entry first. So I don't want to fix it as IN. Now go restrict variables. See what since I've enabled, normally it is characteristic value variable. When I do a variable on a characteristic, it is characteristic value variable if it is without hierarchy. If it is with hierarchy, then it creates what? Node, create one. Select HIR node YHN001. Manual entry, single value, multiple single value depending on the requirements. Some bug. Okay. Default I'll put SAP specific. ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందన్న. సింపుల్ ఒకటి ఇప్పుడు మారుస్తున్నా, మళ్ళీ చూస్తాను. ఎవరికి నోటిది ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందన్నా. 1 second. I'll fix it with hierarchy name flat hierarchy. So order quantity. Nodes. ఓకే, అది రిఫ్రెష్ కావడం లేదు. Now I get this variable select node. When I say 4, it shows me complete hierarchy was expand. I can just select some node what I want, and then data is shown only for this node. So instead of fixing the restriction of the node, I can make it dynamic by using hierarchy node variable. This is with user entry like this. సింపుల్ అంతే కదా, ఏముంది రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు గో విత్ వాట్ కస్టమర్ ఎగ్జిట్. let's say I would like to write a customer exit code in the backend to feed. So I would like to feed a node India bus. That's a node variable, right? I need to fill some node. I would like to fill India node in the customer exit. How do I write? Right click, restrict. Processing type. Single value is fine. Now so start implementing the code for it. I don't know how to write, so I would like to see the documentation of how to write code for a node. For hierarchy node, you look at this, how to write, clear the structure. Low should be the node name, India, Asia Pacific, what node of you want, IE equal mamule. But look at the high. High should be what? Inf object of that node. Low will be the node value, high will be inf object of that node. So let me just, what is the node you want to fill? India. India. So let me go to the hierarchy. Let me see the hierarchy first. Low hierarchy low will kelte hain. A node India kada. Then info bit emundu. Here you will know. Suppose you node idi call Bengaluru kavalante then info bit endi YGO9. Atla first hierarchy chooskunte here you will know node name is what? IN. What is the info bit of that node? 0HR underscore node. Node technical name ikkada. Node name is IN. Info bit of that node is what? Hierarchy node. Kanukuna, then I can start writing my code. Anta same goes boss. I low వచ్చేసి node name ఏంది boss? IN. High అంటే info bit in 0HR underscore node. Like this you would write code for your node variable. Okay boss, but if I can still change it, this ready for input is popular. Okay Nana. Next is with what? Authorization as a processing type. You know how to work with characteristic value variable with authorization. Characteristic value is a single value. Hierarchy set node. Anta same. The procedure is all same. Don't worry on everything. Ikkada when you're creating analysis authorization, remember you create analysis authorizations. Other day we create retail web. Idana ZA web change. For example, like geography key alone is add YGO key 9. It's you want to do it? Not authorization element. Should I enable it as authorization element? Now you can go in. ఇక్కడైతే నార్మల్ సింగిల్ వాల్యూ కదా ACT అని చెప్పొచ్చు. ఒకటి ఇండివిజువల్ వాల్యూస్. అట్లా కాకుండా నాకు హైరార్కీస్ చెప్పాలంటే ఈ టైప్కి అంతే డిఫరెన్స్. సే క్రియేట్ type of authorization, only selected nodes or subtree nodes also, subtree below nodes also. No hierarchy authorization available for y. No select a hierarchy was flat file hierarchy. Nodes lo ఏది ఏ స్పెసిఫిక్ సే కంటిన్యూ. టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఆథరైజేషన్ సెలెక్టెడ్ నోడ్ అండ్ వాట్ సబ్ట్రీ బిలో నోడ్స్. సబ్ట్రీ బిలో నోడ్స్ ఎస్ వ్యాలిడిటీ పీరియడ్ ఆల్ హైరార్కీస్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నౌ యూ గో బ్యాక్ టు ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్, క్రియేట్ ఏ హైరార్కీ ఆథరైజేషన్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ టైప్ వేరియబుల్, hierarchy node with authorization processing type variable. Now, when user who is assigned to this authorizations is runs in, automatic hierarchy variable takes in as what? A specific and node this. No individual values బదులు you'll go to what? Hierarchy authorization is అంతే. Clear boss? Okay. SAP exit అంటే it's like normal with ready-made variables with ABAP as a processing type. ABAP coding involved in it. ఇది హైరార్కీ నోడ్ వేరియబుల్స్. ఓకేనా బాస్?